Okay, so for our first lesson, we're going to be talking about the metric system. Metric system is a unit of measurement used in most countries, and our main focus for using this metric system will be using this staircase that you see here. So you have some base units of measurement you've heard of before. You've got meters, liters, grams, and what our goal is today is we want to take a look at how do you convert from, let's say we're in a base unit measurement of meters, how do you go from meters to decimeters, centimeters, millimeters, or let's say you're in meters and you want to go from meters to decameters, hectometers, kilometers, right? So there's different ways of representing the same unit of measurement. So for instance, maybe if you're talking about a long distance, maybe you're taking a long drive somewhere, you're going to want to talk in kilometers. But maybe you want to measure something and you want to measure that in centimeters, right? A book, a piece of paper, something like that. Maybe you want to talk about that in centimeters. So you want to be able to convert back and forth between these units of measurement. So our first focus will be on this idea of meters, which is abbreviated with an M. If you go to decimeters, it's going to be dm, centimeters, cm, millimeters, mm, decameters will be DAM, and hectometers, HM, and kilometers, KM. So the deal with this here is if you're converting up the staircase, you're going to divide by factor 10 every time, and if you're converting down the staircase, you're going to be dividing or multiplying by a factor of 10 each time. So let's go through some basic examples here. Let's take a look here at 1A. Okay, so for 1A, you've got 1 meter. I want to go from 1 meter to millimeters. So that's going to be 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Every time you take a step down the stairs, you'll notice here, every time you take a step down the stairs, you have to multiply by 10. That's going to be times 10, times 10, times 10. So therefore, if I have 1 meter, I have to multiply by 10 3 times, and that'll give me 1,000 millimeters. So you'll notice here, I'm going to put 1,000 millimeters. Okay. Let's take a look at going from centimeters. Let's take a look at 1C here, and let's go to centimeters to millimeters. So if I'm going from centimeters to millimeters, again going down the stairs, but it's a single step, and in which case I multiply by 10, and this becomes 10 millimeters. The reason for that is 1 centimeter, you multiply by 10 a single time, and it's 10 millimeters. Okay, so now let's take a look at what do you do when we go the other direction. Let's say now take a look at something like 2E. Now we're in meters, and I want to go to kilometers. So now for 2E, we're going from meters, and now we're going up the stairs, 1 step to decameters, 2 steps to hectometers, 3 steps to kilometers. And every time you go up the stairs, you're going to be dividing by 10, dividing by 10, dividing by 10. So therefore, the question we were given here was 5,694 meters, and you're going to divide by 10. So when you divide by 10, you move the decimal place over 3 times now. Because we're dividing by 10 1, 2, 3 times, we're going to have to move the decimal place to the left 3 times. So in that case here, the decimal place is currently behind the 4, so it's going to go once, twice, and lastly 3 times. So this becomes 5.694 kilometers. Likewise, we can take a look at here at 1F. And if I look at 1F here, we're going from millimeters to centimeters. So as you go from millimeters to centimeters, again, up the stairs, again, division by 10. And in this case here, 2.5 millimeters is going to be 0.25 centimeters, moving it to the left one space. Typically, you add a 0 in front, so this will be 0.25 centimeters. Okay, that concludes the first video. There'll be 2 others kind of finishing off this worksheet, but I would like you guys to at least, after you understand what's going on here, try to get done 1, 2, and 3, and then you can move on to the second video, and you'll see there's lots more questions. I'll go through these ones here, and then you can continue the worksheet.